I think that the other speakers have said it, empathy is a key life skill. It's such a huge value for head teachers like me to be able to support and champion the opportunities that we can present to children in order for them to really understand what empathy is and how it can impact on their lives through the power of stories. And it is the power of books and the opportunities to really get under the skin of characters and their lives and their families and the situations that they go through, that we're really able to empower both the children and the teachers to really begin to unpick their own feelings and ideas and understandings, to be able to talk and debate and discuss how they can move things forward. And it's amazing how the very youngest of children, certainly in my school, the youngest of children can move very quickly from sympathy into empathy, wanting to take action, wanting to actually help, feeling the feelings of a character, and actually understanding that actually if they do this or they do that, then things can be different, and I could help and I understand that. And I think it's the book collections, and I've got the added bonus of being one of the judges, and having the opportunity to read the range of wonderful books and the wonderful authors who have really, really understood the power of empathy through their characterization. And I think it's those collections that when they're brought together and introduced to my teachers, and they get a chance to choose a book that they will use, not just for Empathy Day, but we kind of build empathetic type books across our curriculum. And then we can provide then opportunities for the teachers to use them in a really smart way, a really powerful way, a really supportive way. And of course, one of the things that Empathy Lab does is provide us as teachers, as busy teachers who don't always get the opportunity to, of course, the added opportunity to write things ourselves. What the collection provides us with and what the resources provide us with is a way forward. The activities in there, you can automatically pick them up and use them and apply them within your context. We're living in such an interesting society at the moment, and the sooner we can start getting our children to understand how they can affect that affective nature of empathy, and how they can use that the affective nature to build their own resilience, to help others to build their own resilience, to strengthen their understanding, to be positive contributors to the school. And as a school that really does value all the opportunities that we can take to have those discussions with children, it's amazing how deliberate opportunities to discuss empathy. We're not talking about just those opportunities that happen as part of a school day, because we can all say as educators that we do provide opportunities to talk about empathy, but I'm talking about the deliberate teaching, the deliberate opportunities that we can make within our schools. It's amazing how children then begin to take on the kind of characteristics of someone who understands the emotions and feelings of others. So again, we can really see again the way that they're resolving confrontations and conflicts with each other, and not holding things against each other. It builds that confidence and the vocabulary and the knowledge that children have in order to move it forward. And I think what's really powerful, I've used the word, what's dynamite about what Empathy Lab does, is that they give us these activities. And if it wasn't for the time and the energy that was put into producing the resources, then we wouldn't have that. It would be another thing that teachers would have to make. And often things don't happen because we haven't got the time. So we've automatically got these resources that, for me, every school needs. This just needs to be built into what we do every day. This is what we want for our society. This is how we want our children to grow. We want them to be nurtured and nourished, to be empathetic human beings who recognize that they can change the world and make a difference. But every school needs to buy into this. Every school needs to champion this. And Empathy Lab is a vibrant force for that. And I love vibrancy. I'm a head teacher that loves vibrancy, hence why my affiliation to Empathy Lab is unbreakable. And it can only be strengthened. And I would say that whenever and whatever they ask me to do to spread this message, I'm 100% behind it, because this is something that for me is school changing, life changing, child changing, and potentially world changing, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for children who, because they were taught deliberately about empathy, are going to move on to change the world and not be happy with some of the things that they see, they hear, and others do. And they actually want to be the change makers.